And just taking some time to focus on your breath, to focus on your thoughts, the quality of your thoughts especially. As you're seated here and we think about what the yoga practice will be focusing on today, the shoulders and the back, bring your attention there. Notice if your breath is a little stuck or stagnant when you take that attention to that part of the body. Maybe we're wincing a little bit. Maybe we're breathing deeper into the areas of tension. If you notice that the breath is a little rapid, start to slow it down. Feel your body floating up and down or expanding out and in. When you're ready, guiding the palms into prayer in front of the heart center. Bowing down to your heart and setting an intention or a prayer for yourself, for someone or something that may need it. I find that these intention settings or prayers at the beginning of the practice help me to guide my energy into the practice. And then afterwards, we think about what that intention was. If we change the intention, which is very much possible, if we kept with the intention, if it threaded through the practice, or maybe we lost it and we forgot to think about it, and that's okay too. It's just nice to have something to think about just at this moment, something we like to set our energy and intention to. And then when you're ready, floating the eyes open, resting the hands down to your sides. So again, we talked about at the beginning of the practice, this won't be too much of a flow in retrospect, meaning that usually in the yoga practice, we're coming in with matching the movement to breath and getting a little deeper into the meditative part of the practice. This will be different poses threaded into one practice to focus on two parts of the body, the shoulders and the back. So when we do come out and in of the practice or of the postures, maybe setting that personal intention to remain as present and focused as possible. Because sometimes when we do come out and in and we're doing something else, our mind tends to wander. So just setting the intention and the focus of the sensations that you'll start to feel and the energy that you're bringing in. So first here, we'll come to extend your right leg out in front of you. And we'll come into a forward fold. So as the right leg is out, keep your toes flexed back towards the knee. And when you're ready, you start to walk the hands forward. Now, when you do this, you may notice that the upper back is rounding. That's okay here. We're here for about 30 seconds or so, just starting to feel into the heaviness of the upper body, how far we're going, how less far we thought we were. Inhale deeply. Exhale, sigh it out. And start to fold even deeper. Be sure not to push or force here. As we work with that big muscle of the hamstring, this is where many of us become tight. This is very important in lower back health, but we also don't want to injure ourselves. So moving nice and slow. If you need, and the back of the knee is pulling, take a blanket or a towel underneath the knee for the extra support. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath here. Slowly begin to walk your way out. Now, keeping with that right leg, take your right leg out to the side. We're coming to fold towards the right leg with the right hand. So you're keeping the whole heart and chest open. Start to walk your hand to either the inside of the leg, on top of the leg, or the outside, whatever feels more accessible. Now here again, we're focusing on the heart and chest opening. So if it's accessible, you can take hold of the inside of the right foot, but for many of us that might not be accessible, so take a block or a blanket if you'd like to rest the arm there. Now start to extend your left arm out to the side. Relax your right ear to right shoulder. Slowly begin to lower the left hand down just to a degree where you start to feel sensation. Keep the left fingertips nice and active. Maybe spread them wide. If you'd like, start to lift the left arm up a little higher. This is not necessarily stretching the arm, but you may start to feel this different sensation, which is tuning in to your ulnar and radial nerves of the arm. This is very important if you suffer from arthritis, osteoporosis. These are two really great nerves to work with, to strengthen. If you'd like, you can even take the left hand to cradle the lower back, still keeping that heart and chest open. Keep relaxing the right ear. If it's accessible, you can take your right fist up to the head to let the head rest. Breathe. Last breath here. Slowly begin to make your way up. Still keeping that right leg where it is. Now we'll start to fold over the right leg. So there's a gentle twist coming in. Slowly begin to frame your right leg with the left hand and right hand. And then begin to gently fold over the right leg to your degree. Do not push or force. If you have blocks or some kind of support near you, you can use your blocks or 2 towels and rest the forearms there. Again, the upper body can round here. We're focusing more here with the leg and the lower back. Breathe. Last breath. Slowly begin to make your way out. And then making your way totally out with the right leg, switching up the legs here. So take your time. Now your right knee bends and your left leg is straight out from the left hip socket. When you're ready, begin to gently walk the hands forward to your degree. Just find an edge first and breathe with that edge. The more you work there, the deeper the body will start to explore itself. Your breath initiates the forward fold. Inhale, exhale. Your breath initiates your movement. We try to think about that within all of yoga. Before we go any deeper, we think, are we breathing? Can my breath guide me there safely? Last breath. Slowly begin to make your way out. And then slowly sending your left leg out to the left side of the mat. From here, again, keeping the heart and chest nice and open, start to walk your left hand to the inside of the leg or just on top of the leg. Again, if you have a prop to work with, if you'd like to invite that in, please do so. Now, once you're here, again, the chest is open, the left ear drapes to the left shoulder to a degree where you start to feel a gentle tug and sensation. Now start to extend the right arm. Now you may notice here the right arm, if it's straight out from the right shoulder socket, you'll start to feel that different sensation here, that maybe gentle tug on the nerves. If you'd like to, begin to slowly lower the arm down, maybe start to feel if that integrates the stretch a little more, if it feels a little more intense for you. And here you can work with that movement if you'd like. You can inhale the arm to just to where it shoots out from the arm socket, the shoulder socket, or gently lower it down. If it feels better for you, cradle the lower back with the right hand. Breathe. Last breath here. Slowly begin to make your way out. And then for our final forward fold, we're coming to twist gently over the left leg and slowly begin to fold to your degree. Still focus on keeping your left toes flexed back towards the left knee. So even though the upper body is nice and heavy and we're focusing on relaxing the upper body, you're keeping your lower body nice and engaged. Last breath. Slowly begin to make your way out and unwind. Stretch and move in any way that feels good for you. So next we'll come into the core activity part of the practice. So before we make our way in, do make sure you have, if you have it nearby, a blanket or a rolled up towel. Because after our core work, we'll be coming to support the lower back. After you work a lot with the core, the lower back needs some love, so that's why we'll be doing bridge pose right after. So just to demonstrate so that you don't have to strain your neck to look up at the video when you make your way down. Before you make your way down, I just want to show you the movement we'll be doing and the shape we'll be making. So when you do come down, you interlace the hands behind the head or neck, or you can keep the hands separated. Now from here, your knees are in alignment with the hips as well as the ankles. So your knees aren't hugging into the chest. They're also engaged. Everything here with the legs and the toes are spread wide. Your movement here is both elbows come up, opposite leg straightens, and then you lower back down, and I'll guide you through this. Then again, both elbows come up and the opposite leg straightens and you lower down. Just as a reminder, we're not working the aesthetics of the core. You're working the inner abdominals of the core. So this is very healthy for the lower back, but for people who are looking to get that, the aesthetic part, the six-pack abs, you're not working that here. You're going deeper to work with the health of the spine and the lower back. So when you're ready, come to make your way down onto your mat or onto the floor. Now, once you're there, come to lift the feet up. And again, your knee is in alignment with the hip. Your knee is in alignment with your ankle. Now come to send the hands behind the neck. We'll go nice and slow here. Inhale here. Exhale, straighten the right leg up. Bring the elbows to left knee. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, straighten left leg, elbows to right knee. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, elbows to left knee. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, elbows right knee. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, elbows left knee. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, elbows right knee. Inhale, lower down. Begin at your own pace. Match your movement to the breath. Inhale down and exhale your movement. Try to keep the knee where it is. Let the elbows come as close as they will to the knee. So notice if your knee's drawing into the elbows. Try to keep the knee stable. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Release the feet down. Maybe windshield wiper the legs from side to side. From here, bridge pose. The feet stay flat. Now, if you'd like to, you can work bridge unsupported, or you can take a block or a blanket underneath the lower back. When you're ready, inhale here. Exhale, press the hips up. Engage the quadriceps. Those are the muscles that are working hard here. The glutes are only slightly involved. Imagine there's a beach ball in between the knees so the knees don't splay out. Breathe. Slowly lower down. If you're on the block or the blanket, stay there. Now for our second round, you'll be taking the arms a little wider out to your side so the palms can be down or the palms can face up. So just notice before we do come into the practice how when the arms go wide, you have a much broader aspect of the shoulders. They feel a little more grounded on the floor. Inhale here. Exhale, press the hips up. Now start to feel all that real estate that's pressing into the floor with that upper part of the body, all the shoulders, the neck. You feel a little more expansive. Last breath. Slowly lower down. Hug the knees in and rock from side to side. Take your time to roll over onto your side and make your way onto hands and knees. So if the knees are sensitive here and you're on a thin mat, take a blanket or towel underneath your knees. Coming into cat and cow. Shoulders over the wrists, hips above the knees. Keep the toes curled under. Inhale, drop the belly, tilt the pelvis, roll the gaze out and up. Exhale, round the spine, chin tucks in towards the chest. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Few more rounds here. And you may start to notice this gentle stretching of the abdominals as you come into cow, as you're lengthening in the core. And I always wondered that shape of cow. And I know I've said this before, but I'll never forget Mary, who's on here. She said her sister worked on a dairy farm or something, and she said the cow's arch of the spine, when you come into this shape, apparently that's the arch of the spine that the cow has. I never understood that. So that was kind of interesting, just to give me a little bit of a visual that that's what the cow's back, that's how they kind of integrated this posture. Then we'll slowly come back to your neutral spine. One more time with activating the core. Extend the right leg and reach the left arm out in front. Breathe. Last breath. Release. Left leg extends, right arm reaches. Keep lengthening. Think of that word extension, but everything stays active. Notice if you're dipping into the left shoulder, keep pressing left palm into floor. Last breath. Slowly release. Come into child's pose. Untuck the toes, extend the arms, and bow down. Breathe. Slowly transition to downward facing dog. Curl the toes, lift the hips up and press the heels back, and start to pedal out the legs. From here, begin to walk the feet forward to a standing forward fold. Bend the knees deeply, relax the arms, relax the head and neck. Gentle sway from side to side. If you'd like to, take hold of opposite elbows as you gently sway. Relax the arms, press through the feet, and slowly rise one vertebrae at a time. Once you're there, roll out the shoulders and reverse the circles. Now from here, we'll coming into a standing pose, and we'll be working with the arms, the rotation of the shoulders, and the extension of the upper body. So this will really help for those of us that feel very tight and tense here. Those of us that have shoulder injuries, you may notice that if the arm isn't going up as high, you take the arm to whatever feels good for you. For many of us that do have that restriction, it may just come to here, so that's okay. If we're breathing up, then you work here. So as we do a lot of things with the upper body, we still want to keep the lower body stable and strong. So coming to find a position where you're facing the video, and you're first finding your mountain pose. So I find that if I step the feet a little wider, about hip distance apart, this helps with my stability if I'm working with some movement of the upper body. So when you're ready, maybe a light bend in the knees if you need. Make sure that you're not locking the knees. So a lot of times when we come into a standing pose, we tend to lock, and then the buttocks presses out. This is where your lower back is being injured. So really tuck in, navel and lower back, and then maybe a light bend of the knees. So we're working these movements nice and slow to allow the body to feel integrated, to let everything catch up. If you go to a gym often, before all this, if you were very much working a lot with the shoulders, the upper body, or we're just not thinking of movements that we do throughout the day, this is where yoga has us slow down and incorporate the movements so we know exactly where there's tension, where there's an injury, or where we feel fairly open. So these are very simple movements. We're doing them nice and slow with the breath. Inhale, rise the right arm. rise it straight out and up. And then exhale, lower the right arm. Inhale, straight out and up. Exhale, straight out and down. One more time. Now from here, we're taking the arm out to the side and up. So inhale the arm straight out and up towards the ear, stay up nice and tall. Exhale out and down. Inhale out to the side and up. Exhale out to the side and down. Keep the fingertips active. Keep the fingers spread apart. One more time. Inhale so the hand is nice and engaged. Exhale out and down. Opposite side. Left arm, inhale straight out in front and up. Exhale straight out and down. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. 3 on doing the opposite side. So inhale the arm out to side and up. Exhale out to side and down. 2 more. Last one. Relax, roll out the shoulders gently. Now, for many of us, you may start to really hear and feel into those snap, crackle, pops. As long as it's not hurting, this is good. I mean, we feel that we hear it, it's not good. It's either scar tissue or things that are built up, but it's good to get these things moving. That means when we're hearing this, the body's saying, okay, at least we're moving it in a mindful way. So we know that maybe we have to cater to that part of the body a little bit more, or we have to be slow and mindful when we come into our daily routines of a lot of us lately, maybe gardening, cleaning, cooking. We're just doing all of this all the time. So this is really helping. So now we'll come into a full range of motion, and you're doing this at your own pace. So again, I know it's hard. I can't see everybody. So trust yourself, trust your own judgment, know your own body, so that when you come in, if this is not accessible, then you're coming straight out, maybe out to the side and down. There's no right or wrong here, but this is also a really great and cool way to get creative with your own movements. You'll know if something hurts or pinches to back out, and then you have these other options to work with. So first, we're just working one arm and then the other. Inhale, lift the right arm straight out, up, back as far as you can, and around. Again, inhale out, up, back as far as you can, around. One more. Left arm, inhale up, exhale back and down. Inhale up, exhale back and down. Keep the core engaged, keep the knees slightly bent, keep drawing in navel to lower back. And then slowly coming back to center. So next we're doing one more with the rotation of the shoulders. Take the arms straight out in front, and then come to send just the fingertips onto the shoulders. So it's here, and the arms are either down, or the elbows, are down or straight out. Again, keep the core engaged, so your lower body is nice and engaged. We're working with opening the upper body, but we still want that energy drawing up. Now from here, we're going to draw the elbows out to the sides, and we're kayaking the elbows forward, one and then the other. So here, notice your legs are engaged, and now you're working a little bit of the core. Keep the body centered, but as you're working, you kind of still feel this gentle tilt of your abdominals from side to side. Breathe. Reverse the circles. Backwards. Slowly come back to center. And now come to work the elbows up, out, down, and around. Now we're working this motion here. Up, out, down, and around. Forward, up, down, around. One more. Reverse the circles. Down, out, up, forward. Breathe. Last one. Relax. Just tune into your upper body here. Come back into your stable tree pose. Now notice if your shoulders feel a little different, maybe your upper body feels a little more engaged. Maybe we're breathing a little better. Beautiful work. Let's come to the top of the mat. From here, inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, flat back, long neck. Exhale, step the left leg back. Bring the back knee down, untuck the toes, swoop the arms straight out and up. Keep reaching actively with fingertips towards the ceiling. If this is not accessible, take the arms out to bent elbows. Last breath here. Send the hands down to frame the front foot. Step back to hands and knees, and then to plank push-up position. Now from here, come onto hands and knees for a moment. You have your option to lower down from plank to bring the belly down. Just to demonstrate, you have knees, chest, chin, which helps to open up the shoulders, and then coming into cobra. Or this is very similar to a chaturanga, which is very engaging on the arms, but we're working with the shoulders here. So from your plank, as you lower down, your navel's coming down, but you're drawing the shoulders back and away from the ears, as well as back and away from the floor, untucking the toes, and then lowering down and tucking the elbows in. So doing this nice and slow, again, this depends on any kind of injuries of the shoulders and the neck. If you're injured in those areas, I suggest knees, chest, and chin. Come into plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down to your degree. If you're working the chaturanga, the shoulders draw back and down. Untuck the toes. Coming into cobra. Stay low. Or if it's accessible, press up a little higher. Shoulders keep drawing back and down towards the tailbone. From cobra, child's pose. Sending back towards the knees, buttock sits back to heels. Extend the arms and bow down. One more breath here. From child's pose, downward facing dog. From downward dog, left foot steps forward. Back knee comes down, untuck the back toes, swoop the arms up. Breathe. Wherever you're working, keep drawing the shoulders back and down. Slowly send the hands to frame the front foot. Step back to hands and knees, and then to plank, push-up position. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Untuck the toes, stay low, or if it's accessible, press down into the palms, press up a little higher with the chest. Just be mindful with the lower back. With the toes untucked, keep pressing tops of feet into floor. Last breath here. Lower down, and then slowly send back to child's pose. Breathe. Last breath here. Transition to downward facing dog. Last breath. Begin to walk the feet forward, standing forward fold. Separate the feet a little wider than hip distance apart. Bend the knees, clasp the hands behind the lower back. Now, once the hands are clasped, rest the hands on your lower back, relax the head and neck. From here, if it's not accessible to squeeze the palms and shoulder blades together, keep the interlace of the fingers so the palms are separated, then start to lift the hands off of the lower back as high as they'll go. Again, head and neck are relaxed. Bend deeply at the knees. Breathe. Last breath. Slowly release the hands back to the lower back. Then release the hands down. Press to the feet and rise one vertebrae at a time. Roll out the shoulders. Coming to the top of the mat. Warrior two, right foot forward, left foot steps back. Warrior two, legs. So start to bend into your right knee and open up your hips towards the left side of your mat or the room. Your arms and shoulders are relaxed. Draw the navel into lower back so the energy from the root is lifting up. Again, shoulders are relaxed. Shoulder shrugs in warrior two, legs. Inhale, shoulders up to ears. Exhale, shoulders back and down. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, back and down. One more time. Keeping the arms and the hands relaxed. If you need to throughout this, you can come out, straighten the leg, and then bend back in. From here, take the arms out to a T. Now your palms are facing down, the fingers are spread wide. If you need to, you can relax the arms a little bit. Your arms don't have to be straight or locked in. So maybe a nice little bend in the elbows, the palms are down. And now we're working the rotation here with the arms. So you're starting from the upper arm bone. That's where the rotation, if you can see from my shoulders, this is where your rotation is coming from, the upper arm bone. So I'll come a little closer here. Now with the palms, you're going to round in the upper back. So slowly begin to round the upper back, draw the arm bones in. Now your palms press towards the back of you. And then slowly begin to come back to center, roll the palms up. And as high up as you can as you extend here. And then slowly roll the palms down and then back behind you, round in the upper back. Inhale, palms down, forward and up. Exhale, rotate forward down and back, round the upper back. Inhale, up. Relax. Straighten the front leg. Begin to step the back foot forward, pedal out the legs. And come into warrior two legs on the left side. So your left foot is forward, your right foot is back. And I'll come to face my back towards the video, so if you need to, you see what's engaged here and what we're working with the upper part of the body. Shoulders, arms, hands relaxed. Shoulder shrugs. Inhale, arms up. I'm sorry, shoulders up, back, squeeze, and down. Inhale, up, back, and down. One more. Now the arms come out to a T, so out to warrior two arms. And again, you can bend the elbows here. Keep the tailbone tucking in, the front knee is bent. Palms are spread wide and active. From here, you're going to slowly round the upper back, tuck the chin in, round from the upper R bone, and then slowly coming up, the palms face up, and then maybe a little further back. Exhale, round forward. Palms come down and back. Inhale, back. Exhale, forward. Again, your motion is coming from the upper arm bone, and then up and back. Relax, straighten the front leg, step the back foot forward and pedal out the legs. From here, opening up now with the hamstrings. Lost her. All right, got your back there, Cindy. Okay, working with the hamstrings now for lower back health. Right foot stays forward, left foot steps back for pyramid pose. So your feet, both toes are pointing to the top of your mat or the top of your room. Hands come onto the hips. Inhale here. Exhale, hinge at the hips and begin to fold. Forehead comes towards your right big toe. Hands come down for balance, or hands stay on the hips. Breathe. Now, if it's not accessible to take the hands down or the balance is off, step your front foot out a little wider. This will help with your balance. Or if you need, if you don't have yoga blocks, have a chair nearby. Now, you don't have to get this now, but this is just for future reference. When you do a practice online and you feel that you're not stable, you can use a chair. So you take the hands on the chair. This will allow you to not focus on balance necessarily, but to focus on the opening of the hamstring for the lower back health. So again, whatever you need here. One more breath. And slowly begin to step the back foot forward and pedal out the legs. That actually felt really nice. So if you ever need, do have a chair nearby for the practice, because it allows you, a lot of us think, well, chair yoga is only for, older people and the seniors, but it really, I've done classes with using a chair that's very advanced and helps me to go deeper in the practice, but also deeper safely. So here again, now we're working pyramid on the other side, left foot forward. Right foot steps back. Hands on the hips. Again, if your balance is off and you don't have the chair, step your left foot out wide. And then slowly begin. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Again, hands on hips, or hands come down to frame the front foot, or a little further beyond. If you have blocks, you're welcome to use those as well. Breathe. Last breath. Slowly make your way up. Step the back foot forward. Pedal out the legs. Now we'll be coming down onto our seat. Coming to a comfortable seated position, you can use a prop underneath, you can sit on the knees, or you can come to sit in Sukhasana easy pose, which is the buttocks on the floor and the legs are crossed. Wherever you're seated, make sure that you're seated up nice and tall. Now we'll come to open up the area of the neck. So take your fingertips down to your sides, sitting up tall, navel draws into lower back, and begin to gently tilt right ear to right shoulder. If it's accessible, send that right hand onto the head. Gentle pressure here. Slowly release. Start to take your gaze down to the floor and then send the chin down towards the chest. Place the head on top of the spine. Left ear, left shoulder. Left hand onto the head and breathe. Release. Take the gaze gently down and then down, chin to chest. Come back to center with the chin, tucking it in, sitting up tall. And then placing the head on top of the spine. From here, we'll come into supported fish pose. So this is where you will need a rolled up blanket or towel. If you have blocks, you're welcome to use them. So when you roll up your blanket or towel, which I think many of us may have at this moment, roll it up as thick as you'd like or as long as you'd like. So if you're working with a longer blanket or towel, it's easier to fold it up a few times, then roll it. That's where the bolster will stay nice and thick for you. You come to take that roll and you have your option. You can place it across the mat so that when you come down, you're lying down with it cross-sectioning your spine, or you can take the roll lengthwise, start it at your sacrum, and then roll the whole spine down on the blanket itself. Wherever you're working, make sure your head and neck are supported and there's not a curve, too much of a curve in the cervical spine. If there's too much of a curve, you'll feel that kind of crunching and it feels a little claustrophobic. So keep the spine long, but make sure it's supported. So if you need to, send another blanket for the head. Take your time to set yourself up. And once you're here, your arms relax out wide to your sides like the eagle wings. Your option with the legs, you can keep the knees bent or you can straighten the legs out. If you're looking for a deeper practice, the arms reach up and back beyond the head. Make sure wherever you are, you're comfortable breathing. Slowly begin to make your way out. Bend the knees, lift up the spine, remove your prop from underneath. Once you're all the way down, hug the knees in towards the chest and rock from side to side. Keep your right knee hugging in, extend the left leg straight out and down. Begin to send right knee over to your left side. If your lower back is pinching, roll all the way over to your left side so you don't strain the lower back. If your lower back feels okay, your right arm extends to your right side and your gaze goes over the right fingertips. Slowly unwind. Left knee hugs in and left knee goes to right side. Breathe. Slowly unwind. Come into your Shavasana. Final resting pose. If the lower back is achy, keep the knees bent or extend the legs out and let the feet splay out. Turn the palms to face up. Close the eyes. Tune back into your intention for the practice. See if it threaded through, or maybe we lost it throughout it, but we're thinking of it now. Does it still resonate with us? Did we change it a bit? Tune into your physical body, especially your shoulders, the neck, the spine, your lower back. Become aware of your emotional body. How you're feeling emotionally at this moment. And reminding ourselves that there's no right or wrong way to feel. It's all okay. Tune into your breath. Feel the coolness of the air as you breathe into the nostrils. Feel the warmth on the upper lip as you breathe out. Thank your breath. Thank your breath for the practice. Thank your breath for keeping you going. Thank your breath for your health and vitality at this moment. They say we breathe over 26,000 times a day. Thank your body for doing so. Slowly begin to deepen the breath. Begin to wiggle fingers and toes. Stretch and move in any way that feels good for you. When you're ready, begin to roll to your side, cradle the head there for a moment. Thanking yourself for coming to the practice. Thanking the body for everything it did. It was perfect, and it's exactly where we need to be. Gently come to find your comfortable seat. Close the eyes once more. Sitting up nice and tall. Draw the shoulders up towards the ears, back, down towards the tailbone. Reminding ourselves of all the energy and work we did to keep this part of our body healthy and strong. Guiding the palms into prayer in front of the heart center. And a quote that sticks with me that I've shared before from my yoga teacher, Dharma. And he said, we don't do planks and longer holds with the shoulders so that we get more muscular or have bigger biceps. We do them so we can carry people on our backs for longer when things get hectic. It will be yogis that save the world. We're just reminding ourselves throughout the day the strength that we've built, the care that we showed our shoulders and our back, and thinking about what organs are housed there, all of our organs, especially the lungs. Breathe in, breathe out. May you take your yoga off the mat and into your world today. Enjoy the beautiful day that's coming our way. And thank you all again. Peace. Namaste.